You know, every once in a while you get actors or actresses that come along and they give off a vibe, or they give us, the viewers, an incentive of a character they want to play in their career. There have been many. And it's been going around now that a certain actress has come out and made a big statement that she would love to play a very iconic superheroine in Marvel. That heroine being Aurora Monroe Storm. That actress is Cynthia Erivo. I hope I'm saying her name right. She is the actress that's been her and for Wicked. She played the witch in Wicked film. I have not seen Wicked, so I can't really give off her performance in the role. But with that being said, I saw this and I read the article, and I read where she said it, and honestly and truthfully, guys, I'm here to give my thoughts on what Miss Evo said. I'm not going to be judgmental too much. I'm not going to harp on it too much and be harsh, but I'm also going to give my view on it to a point where people kind of, maybe my fellow geeks, understand where I'm coming from outside of just the norm. Now, I posted this on my Facebook page. I posted it on pretty much all my various social medias, and they've been getting their rounds. And it's been going around on many different social medias now because of what she said. Now everybody once again has gone on this fan casting binge and started bringing out who they would want to play Storm in the MCU. Let's talk about Miss Evo. She does check off a few things that, for me, in the MCU of this character, is a must for me. And let me explain what that is. Now, she does come from African parents. She is Nigerian descent. For anybody who knows Storm's origin, her mother was a Kenyan tribal princess, and her father was an African American. So yes. The other thing that Ms. Abel has, she has darker skin, and that is a must for me with Storm. In the MCU, I want a darker skinned sister to play the role. Now, why is that? Why is that important to me? Because not only have we seen lighter skinned Storms, and I'm not saying that that is wrong, but the biggest thing is your boy wants more of a comic accurate telling of Storm and a lot of the X-Men, excluding Wolverine. Now, let's be real. Wolverine is one of those characters that we will probably never see recasted. Hugh Jackman has too much of a shadow, a bigger shadow, to just have somebody else come along and take role of that. So yes, that's a problem. But going back to Storm, yes, there is a point where I would love to see people realize that not only black is beautiful, but we come in all different shades of brown. And you cannot deny that there isn't colorism in Hollywood, especially when it comes to black actresses. They make it seem as if light-skinned is more acceptable to other people instead of being darker, that's not beautiful. That's bull to me, because as we are beautiful. We come in all shades and it's all beautiful. I am light, a little lighter than most, but I do like my Coco queens. And to me, she meets those two avenues. But one she doesn't. And what is that? As much as she would love to play it, she's very short. And I've heard this argument go around with a lot of people. Oh, well, they could just give her high heels and, and I'm just like, but it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't always come to, well, movie magic, make the person look bigger. How about just finding an actress that is the height or almost the same height of Storm in the comics. In the comics, Storm is 5'11". She's basically 6 feet tall. And there are actresses that meet that requirement or are maybe 2 inches smaller. As I said before, comic accuracy is important, because at the end of the day, and for anybody out there to argue against that, how many actors who have played Superman over the years, how many of them were under 6 feet? There's only 2 that I can think of. Tyler Hoechlin, who recently played him, and Dean Cain. They each were like 5'10", 5'11". But everyone else was 6 feet or taller, making the requirement of Superman. Superman in the comics is 6'2", still leaving that alone. So don't give me that excuse that's why is it okay for a male but a female is different. There are certain actresses that could play this role, and in the future I will give some of my fan castings for Storm. But with Miss Evo, like I said, I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm probably butchering it. I apologize. She just does not meet the requirement that I want. Like I said before, I've seen short Storm enough. I want tall Storm. I want elegant tall Storm. Why is that? Again, the importance of it. The importance of comic accuracy, but the importance of Storm. There has never been a true accuracy of Storm live action. Some go ahead and tell me that Halle was the embodiment of Storm. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She was not. She was far from it. The first movie, she was timid, quiet, restrained. That's not Storm. That's never been Storm. And the second one, they tried to give us a little bit of that, what we know from the source material, but turn it more into anger. That's not Storm either. And then by the third one, it was just like almost like whatever. And I love Halle. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing but respect for that woman. But she was never Storm in the Fox. And she was, and as always, many people always wanted Angela Bassett to play that role. And again, as much as I love Angela, Miss Bassett, yeah, she's not very tall. She makes herself look very tall, and most of that probably because of just how fit she is. Fit. Someone who is more fit will give off the perception of being taller, and that's cool. But at the same time, Halle never did. And then we get Alexander Shipp. Again, we had 2 light-skinned Storms. It is high time for darker skinned Storm. Again, don't sit there and tell me that colorism don't exist, because it does. My point is, for everybody out there that has been given their input on Miss Cynthia Erivo wanting to play this, I respect her dream of playing the role, but at the same time, it also comes down to what does Kevin Feige want. And yes, you could say, well, she's getting a lot of reception because of Wicked did so well and everything like that. But I've already seen people who's like, no, no, she said some foul stuff. She, things like that. And again, we're not getting into that. At the end of the day, for me, it's a no. I'm not a casting director, but I want more comic accuracy when it comes to casting these heroines and these heroes. The heroes, so not so much, heroines more. And it's not just Storm. Whatever they do with Wonder Woman next, I hope they do cast a woman that is taller and size and not shorter and things like that. Storm is one of those one of the most recognizable X-women or X-Men in the history of the X-Men. And whenever she is on a panel, all eyes are on her. The focus is on her. She commands that elegance and that attention. You need an actress that's going to be able to do that, not just by the presence of her look, but just in presence of everything, including her height. And there are several actresses that meet that requirement. And I will do it later on. I will do it. But for this, for Cynthia, I admire the attitude of wanting to be the character. I agree with that. I admire that. Hell, all my life I wanted to be Spider-Man. Before even knowing that Spider-Man was white. So, I get it. I'm 5'3", so, and as a short king, I would really appreciate, Marvel, if you hired a tall queen to play the role. And don't sit there and tell me that there aren't any tall queens, tall actresses who are black and beautiful to play the role of Aurora Monroe, because there are several of them. But with that being said, sorry. What do you guys think? I want to hear from you. Personally, honestly, truthfully, what are your thoughts? Do you feel in the same light as me? Do you want to see more comic accuracy in terms of these movies now? Or is it just, in your opinion, is it just okay? And basically, if everything I just said that matters to me, if it doesn't matter to you, that's fine. Give me your opinion. But for me, it is personal. And as a person of color, yeah, it is very personal and is very opening and serious to me. One actress I can see playing Storm is Jodie Turner-Smith. If you've never seen who she is, look her up. She is elegant. She is beautiful. She's got lovely dark skin, and she's 5'9". And then there's another one which I will give later on, and she's 5'10". And they all are of African descent, so perfect. But you guys tell me in the comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys got to say. And with that being said, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Give me a like. But more importantly, I want to hear from you. And I will see you guys next time. Deuces.